Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And before I get into the AT&T Analyst Day, I wanted to make this video because this bothers me a little bit. I don't think this is good. So as T-Mobile is going to raise their outlook for their profits, which I think is true, because as they get into the segment of the home internet and they start penetrating rural America, they're going to start gaining more profits. What I didn't like is in year 2023, their guidance is to lower capex. So they're spending heavier on the top end at least until 23, with the guidance of 11.7 to 12 billion, and then the guidance is lowered starting in 23 from 12 billion at the top end down to 9 to 10 billion. I understand that they're saving money, the synergies, the Sprint. I got it, good. But they didn't even spend a full year's of capex last year. They ended at around 9.7 billion. So they didn't spend 12 billion last year. They're likely to hit that this year and next year. So these next 2 years will likely be their highest capex years, and then it seems to get lower. The reason I have an issue with it is because I know Verizon and AT&T are likely to lower their capex as well in the future once they go through with this heavy funding. I get that. I understand it. But even with Verizon and AT&T potentially lowering their capex spend will still be higher versus T-Mobile. And there's no way that T-Mobile can just come in, spend $12 billion for 2 years, lower it down to 9, and then claim that they reach parity with the big two. There's no way. Yes, are they likely funding a network build out with the 12 billion? Sure. But we're still talking them being almost roughly, I would say, between 4 to 600,000 square miles smaller than the big two, and a large part of that includes rural America. I mean, they don't even cover the entire state of Nebraska that they have to work through. So that is expensive. And I don't think they can meet those obligations by lowering capex. I think they need to spend more to achieve parity with Verizon and AT&T. But that's just my opinion. I just wanted your guys' take on that. How do they go from spending 12 billion 2 years, and then they lower it down, the guidance down to 9 to 10 billion? Is that still a lot of money? Yes. But you got to remember, T-Mobile just went an entire decade on LTE where they spent significantly lower than AT&T. I just can't comprehend the concept where a carrier that's been spending 18 billion throughout an entire decade is just all of a sudden going to lose to a carrier that's been only spending not even 6 billion, 5.4 to 5.7 billion per year. It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense at all. T-Mobile has far less margins than the big two. Will their profits increase? Sure. Are the synergies, the synergy numbers accelerating? Yes, I get that. But to reach a true parity in network size, T-Mobile should be increasing the capex, in my opinion. I was anticipating it in 23, 24, given the fact that they're starting to grow on home internet and they're gaining more customers. I was anticipating it to go 13, 14, 15 billion. Just a natural reinvestment back into the network. Further densification may be needed in some areas where they're gaining heavy traffic. More small cells potentially needed. Radio modernizations, new panels. There's new Ericsson equipment out there. And then on top of that, you still have to expand your network at a decent size. So just to kind of give you my takeaway on that, this signals the lowering to 9 to 10 billion. This signals they are not going to lay their own fiber in the short or midterm. They're not doing it. This is going to continue being a leasing fiber model for T-Mobile. So on on the back end, be looking forward. Some markets are not going to be on par with speed versus other markets, like New York City, for example. You will likely see much faster peak speeds in New York City versus any other market that may be smaller market share size or just smaller period. So just keep that in mind as we work through 21 and 22. The speed difference may show, and it's likely due to the OPEX, the operations costs not being as aggressive on fiber because it's very, very, very expensive. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading your comments. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.